Have you ever felt left out in a conversation because you couldn't speak English? Have you ever watched someone talk fluently and thought, I wish I could do that? What if I told you that learning to speak English could open doors to endless possibilities? Doors you might not even know existed, but are waiting for you to step through them. Imagine the moment when you say something in perfect English, and everyone around you looks at you with admiration. That feeling, my friend, is not far away from you. You can achieve it, and today I'm going to tell you how. Let me take you to a time when I was just like you. It was a bright morning, and I was sitting in a crowded cafe, trying to eavesdrop on a group of tourists speaking in perfect English. They were laughing, talking about places they had been, and I could barely understand half of what they said. I tried to speak to the waiter in English, but the words wouldn't come out as smoothly as I wanted. My heart raced, and I felt embarrassed. Have you ever been in that moment where you feel the words stuck in your throat and you wish you could speak confidently? But here's the thing, learning to speak English is not just about memorizing words or phrases. It's about connecting with people, expressing your ideas clearly, and feeling confident in yourself. English isn't just a language, it's a bridge. A bridge that takes you to new places, introduces you to new cultures, and even opens up better career opportunities. Now, you might be wondering, how can I become fluent? How can I speak confidently well, my friend? Let me tell you that it's not as hard as it seems, and I'm going to take you step by step on this exciting journey. The first thing you need to know is that English, like any language, is learned through practice, patience, and perseverance. It's not something that happens overnight. But the good news is, every time you speak, every time you try, you're getting closer to fluency. It's like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you might stumble, fall, and get frustrated, but as you keep trying, one day you'll find yourself riding smoothly without even thinking about it. So, how do you begin? You start small. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. In fact, mistakes are your best friends. They teach you more than anything else. I remember when I first started learning English. I would speak to myself in the mirror, repeating phrases, words, and sentences over and over again. It felt strange at first, but little by little, I became more comfortable. You can do this too. Practice is key. Next, immerse yourself in the language. Surround yourself with English. Listen to music, watch movies or shows, and read books in English. At first, it may be difficult to understand, but that's okay. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more familiar it will become. It's like building a house. You need a strong foundation to make it stand tall. English works the same way. The more you immerse yourself, the stronger your language skills will grow. But here's a secret that many people don't tell you: vocabulary is important, but fluency isn't just about knowing a lot of words. It's about knowing how to use those words in the right way. One of the best tips I can give you is to focus on learning phrases, not just individual words. Phrases help you sound more natural when speaking. For example, instead of just memorizing the word happy, learn phrases like "I feel happy" or "that makes me happy." This will help you speak more fluidly and with more confidence. Now, let's talk about confidence. This is the key ingredient to speaking English fluently. You could know 1,000 words, but if you don't believe in yourself, it will be hard to speak them. The trick to building confidence is to take every opportunity to speak. Speak to your friends, your family, or even strangers. The more you speak, the more you'll realize that it's okay to make mistakes. No one is perfect, and everyone is learning. I remember the first time I spoke to a native English speaker. My heart was racing, and I could feel my hands sweating. But once I started speaking, I realized they were just human, like me. They were kind, and they understood that I was learning. That moment was the turning point for me. It gave me the courage to speak without fear. One of the most exciting parts of learning English is when you realize that you can understand more than you ever thought possible. You can watch a movie without subtitles, read a book without checking a dictionary every few minutes, and join conversations that you once thought were beyond your reach. That moment when the words start to flow and you no longer struggle for every sentence, that's when you know you're on the right path. And here's a secret I've learned: it's okay to have bad days. Some days you might feel like you're not improving, like you're stuck. But that's normal. The road to fluency is full of ups and downs. The key is to keep going. Even on the days when you feel like giving up, remind yourself why you started this journey. The dream of speaking fluently is worth every bit of effort you put in. In fact, I believe learning English is a lifelong adventure. Even once you become fluent, there's always something new to learn. English is constantly evolving, and with it, you'll keep growing. This isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. The more you learn, the more you realize how much there is to discover, how much more there is to connect with others. You'll find that your world expands and your confidence soars to new heights. Now, let me tell you about something that changed the way I viewed learning English. There was a moment during a trip to another country where I had to rely on my English to communicate. I was lost, and I had to ask for directions. My heart was pounding, but as I approached a stranger, I said the first sentence that came to mind: "Excuse me, can you help me?" The person smiled, and in perfect English, they gave me directions. It was such a small interaction, but it made me realize something powerful. Language is not just about speaking. It's about connecting with people, sharing experiences, and opening up a world of opportunities. So, I want to challenge you today. If you've ever felt frustrated or discouraged while learning English, I want you to know that you're not alone. Keep going. The journey you're on is one that will reward you with experiences, friendships, and opportunities that you never imagined. The key to speaking English fluently is not just practice, it's perseverance. It's the willingness to push through the tough days and celebrate the small victories. And believe me, every step forward is a victory. As you continue on this journey, always remember that you are capable. You are smart. You have the potential to learn, to grow, and to succeed. English is not just a language, it's a tool that will help you unlock your dreams. Whether you want to travel the world, advance in your career, or simply connect with new people, learning English will take you there. Let's dive deeper into the step-by-step process that will help you master English speaking, guiding you through each phase with actionable, simple tips. These steps are not just tricks, they are keys to unlocking your full potential in the language. Trust me, by following these tips, you'll feel a noticeable difference in your speaking skills. Step 1. Build a solid foundation with vocabulary and basic grammar. Before you run, you must learn to walk. The first step in learning any language is building a solid foundation. You need to start with the basics, learn essential vocabulary and grammar. But don't get too caught up in memorizing long lists of words. Focus on practical vocabulary that you will use every day. Start by learning greetings, common phrases, and everyday expressions. For example, hello, how are you? What's your name? Where are you from? I'm doing well. Thank you. These basic phrases will help you start simple conversations right away. In addition to vocabulary, understanding basic grammar is key. You don't need to be perfect, but knowing how sentences are structured will make your speech sound more natural. Focus on understanding the simple present tense, past tense, and future tense first. For example, I eat breakfast every morning. Simple present. I ate breakfast yesterday. Simple past. I will eat breakfast tomorrow. Future tense. Once you have a good grip on the basics, you'll be able to start putting sentences together with confidence. Step 2. Practice speaking every day. If you want to become fluent in English, the most important thing is to practice speaking every day. It's the most effective way to improve your skills. And here's the secret: you don't need a conversation partner to practice. You can speak to yourself. Stand in front of a mirror and practice speaking in English. Tell a story about your day, explain what you're doing, or describe something around you. This may feel awkward at first, but trust me, it works wonders. It's like building muscle in the gym. The more you practice, the stronger you get. Another tip is to record yourself speaking. You can use your phone or any recording device to record short conversations or monologues. Then, listen to the recordings. This will help you identify areas where you need improvement, like pronunciation or grammar mistakes. You'll be surprised by how much you can improve just by listening to your own voice. Step 3: learn English through movies, music, and podcasts. One of the best ways to learn English is through immersion. And no, you don't have to travel to an English-speaking country to do it. You can start by watching movies, listening to music, and tuning in to podcasts in English. Choose movies or TV shows that you enjoy and watch them with English subtitles. Start with easier content, like animated movies or shows for children. These often use simpler vocabulary and are great for beginners. Over time, challenge yourself with more complex films or documentaries. Music is another fun way to learn. Pick songs that you love and listen to the lyrics carefully. Try to understand the meaning behind the words and sing along. The rhythm and repetition will help you memorize new vocabulary in a fun, relaxed way. Podcasts are also a great tool. Find podcasts that are aimed at English learners or podcasts on topics that interest you. This way, you can listen while you're on the go, whether you're walking, cooking, or commuting. Listening to English in different contexts will expose you to various accents, speaking styles, and vocabulary. Step 4: focus on pronunciation and intonation. One of the biggest challenges learners face when speaking English is pronunciation. English pronunciation can be tricky because many words don't sound the way they're spelled, but with practice, you'll get the hang of it. A great way to improve pronunciation is by imitating native speakers. Find videos, speeches, or interviews by native speakers and try to mimic their pronunciation. Pay attention to how they stress certain syllables and how they use intonation, the rise and fall of their voice as they speak. If you're unsure of how to pronounce a word, use online dictionaries that have audio examples. Websites like forvo.com let you hear how native speakers pronounce words. Listen carefully and repeat after them. Remember that pronunciation is not about perfection, it's about being understood. So focus on improving your clarity, and with time, your confidence will grow. Step 5: expand your vocabulary with context. Building a strong vocabulary isn't just about memorizing words, it's about learning how to use those words in context. One of the best ways to remember new words is to learn them in phrases or sentences. For example, instead of just memorizing the word happy, learn phrases like, "I'm happy to meet you. That news made me really happy." By learning words in context, you'll understand not only their meaning, but also how they are used in real-life conversations. Keep a notebook or use an app to write down new words and phrases you come across. Review them regularly to keep them fresh in your memory. Step 6. Engage with native speakers or language exchange partners. You've built your vocabulary, learned grammar, and practiced speaking. But now it's time to take it to the next level, engaging with native speakers. This is where your language skills will truly shine. If you don't have native English speakers around you, don't worry. There are many websites and apps that connect language learners with native speakers for free. You can join language exchange programs or use platforms like HelloTalk or Tandem, where you can chat with native speakers through text, voice messages, or even video calls. Engaging with native speakers will help you practice your skills in real conversations. You'll learn slang, idiomatic expressions, and how to handle informal conversations, things you won't get from textbooks. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Native speakers will appreciate your effort, and you'll improve quickly. Step 7. Think in English. As you grow more comfortable speaking English, start thinking in English as much as possible. This step may feel challenging at first, but it's crucial for fluency. When you think in English, you remove the need to translate from your native language, which slows you down and makes conversations harder. Try to think about everyday things in English. For example, when you see something around you, try to describe it in your head in English. If you're planning your day, try to do it in English. What will I do today? I'll have breakfast, then I'll go to the gym, and later I'll meet my friend. The more you practice thinking in English, the faster you'll be able to speak without hesitation. Step 8. Practice listening and speaking together. Listening and speaking go hand in hand. To improve both, try shadowing. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and immediately repeat what they say. Try to mimic their tone, rhythm, and pronunciation as closely as possible. It's like singing along to a song, but with spoken language. You can shadow podcasts, audiobooks, news reports, or even YouTube videos. This will help you improve both your listening skills and speaking skills simultaneously. Shadowing also trains your brain to process English faster, so you can speak with more fluidity. Step 9. Never stop learning and stay curious. Fluency in English isn't something that happens overnight. It's a journey that lasts a lifetime. Even once you've reached a level of comfort with speaking, there will always be new vocabulary to learn, new idioms to discover, and new ways to improve. Stay curious and keep exploring. One way to stay motivated is to set small, achievable goals for yourself. Whether it's learning 10 new words a day, speaking for 5 minutes in English every morning, or reading a book in English by the end of the month, having goals will keep you focused and excited about your progress. Remember, learning a language is like learning anything else. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And every little improvement will make you feel more connected to the world around you. Step 10. Enjoy the process. Lastly, remember to enjoy the journey. Language learning isn't just about achieving fluency, it's about enjoying the moments of discovery along the way. Celebrate the little victories, like when you finally understand a joke in English, or when you hold a conversation without needing to pause to find the right words. Step 11. Engage with English media daily. By now, you've probably heard me talk about immersing yourself in English media. But let's take it to the next level. Watching movies and listening to music is great, but you need to challenge yourself with more complex content to deepen your understanding. Start reading books, newspapers, and magazines in English. Choose topics that interest you, whether it's science, history, technology, or current events. If you love sports, follow English sports websites and watch matches with commentary in English. Reading books or articles in English helps you expand your vocabulary and understanding of grammar and context. It also exposes you to different writing styles and helps you improve your comprehension skills. Choose reading material that is slightly above your current level but still understandable. Don't worry if you don't understand everything at first. Focus on the general meaning and look up unfamiliar words later. Over time, you'll notice your vocabulary and understanding growing exponentially. Step 12. Learn idioms and phrasal verbs. One of the most exciting parts of mastering English is learning idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs. These are parts of the language that make you sound more natural and fluent. Native speakers use idioms and phrasal verbs all the time, so incorporating them into your speech will make you sound more authentic. For example, instead of just saying, "I'm tired," you could say, "I'm feeling worn out," or instead of "I don't understand," you could say, "I'm not following." Phrasal verbs, such as give up, look after, turn down, and run into, are commonly used in everyday conversations. Learning these will not only help you sound more like a native speaker, but it will also help you understand native speakers better when they use these expressions. The key to mastering phrasal verbs and idioms is practice and exposure. Read, listen, and use them in your conversations as much as possible. Step 13. Build your confidence by speaking in public. As you progress in your learning, you might find that speaking English in front of others still makes you nervous. But public speaking is one of the best ways to build your confidence in English. It might sound intimidating at first, but trust me, it works wonders. Start small. You don't need to speak in front of a large audience immediately. Start by practicing in front of a mirror or with a friend. You can even join a group or club where people practice English, like a language exchange club or a Toastmasters group. These environments are designed to help people practice public speaking, and they're very supportive. Speaking in front of others will force you to think quickly and respond confidently. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll become. Even if you're not speaking in front of a large group, you can also record yourself giving a short speech or explaining a topic. Playback will help you hear how you sound and identify areas for improvement. Over time, speaking English will feel natural, and you'll be able to do it confidently in any situation. Step 14. Use English for everyday tasks. Make English part of your routine. When you're at home, write your shopping list in English, label items in your house with their English names, or try to think about your day in English. For example, as you're making breakfast, you could think, I'll make some toast and coffee. I need to boil the water. As you're walking down the street, think about the things you see around you in English. There's a car, a dog, some people walking. This habit will help you become accustomed to thinking in English, which is a major step towards fluency. It will also increase your vocabulary in real-life contexts. The more you use English in your everyday life, the more natural it will feel. Step 15. Don't be afraid of mistakes, learn from them. One of the biggest hurdles for many language learners is the fear of making mistakes. But I want you to embrace this truth: mistakes are your teachers. Every time you make a mistake, it's a chance to learn and improve. There's no such thing as a perfect language learner, and that's perfectly fine. Don't be afraid to speak because you're worried about making errors. The more you speak, the fewer mistakes you'll make. And even when you do make mistakes, that's part of the learning process. Native speakers will often appreciate your efforts, and if you make a mistake, they'll likely help you correct it. So don't be afraid to take risks. Each time you push yourself out of your comfort zone, you become a better speaker. Mistakes are not the end of the world, they're the stepping stones to success. Step 16. Engage in real conversations and active listening. Now that you've spent time building your vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation, it's time to truly immerse yourself in real conversations. Engaging in conversations with native or fluent speakers will help you take your skills to the next level. Don't worry about being perfect, focus on the flow of the conversation, understanding what the other person is saying, and expressing your thoughts clearly. When you're listening to someone, make sure you're actively engaged. This means listening with the intent to understand, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Nod your head, make eye contact, and respond thoughtfully. This will show the other person that you're genuinely interested and involved in the conversation. If you don't understand something, don't be afraid to ask the person to repeat themselves or clarify what they mean. It's much better to ask for clarification than to guess and get it wrong. As you practice active listening, you'll begin to understand different accents, speaking speeds, and slang, which will make you a more well-rounded speaker. Step 17. Keep challenging yourself. By now, you're probably feeling much more confident in your ability to speak English. But remember, language learning is a lifelong process. The more you learn, the more you realize there's still so much to discover. Keep challenging yourself by setting new goals. Start thinking about advanced speaking topics. You could try discussing current. How can you improve English speaking? Listen this full story at once. Once upon a time, there was a young learner named Alex who was determined to improve their English speaking skills. They knew that English was an important language spoken by people around the world, and if they could speak it well, they could make new friends, travel, get a good job, and connect with people from different countries. But how could Alex improve their speaking? Alex decided to follow a step-by-step approach to learn English better. The first step was simple practice every day. They knew that the more they practiced, the better they would become. So, Alex started talking to themselves in English, saying phrases like, "Hello, how are you?" and "I am fine. Thank you." At first, it felt strange, but soon it became a natural part of their day. The second step was listening to English every day. Alex realized that listening was just as important as speaking. By listening to English songs, watching English movies, and tuning into English radio stations, Alex began to pick up new words and phrases. They also noticed how different people spoke in various situations, helping them understand English better. The third step was to read English books. Alex discovered that reading helped improve vocabulary and sentence structure. They started reading children's books and simple articles. They even read out loud to practice pronunciation. Sometimes Alex would read with a friend, making it a fun and interactive experience. Next, Alex focused on writing in English. Writing a diary, sending emails to friends, and writing short stories in English helped Alex practice forming sentences. They even made an effort to use new words in their writing, which helped them remember them more easily. However, Alex knew that mistakes were part of the learning process. Making mistakes is okay, everyone does it. Whenever Alex made a mistake, they didn't feel discouraged. Instead, they asked their teacher, friends, or family for help to correct it. With each mistake, Alex learned and improved. Another key step was thinking in English. Alex learned that the more they thought in English, the easier it became to speak it. They started by thinking about simple things like, "This is a chair," or "I am hungry." It felt like a small change, but it made a huge difference in their fluency. Alex also decided to learn new words every day. They kept a notebook of new words they came across, and by using a dictionary, Alex learned to make sentences with these new words. This not only expanded their vocabulary, but also improved their ability to express themselves. One day, Alex realized that speaking too quickly made things harder. They made a decision to speak slowly. By taking their time and thinking before speaking, Alex was able to say words more clearly and be understood better. As time passed, Alex joined an English class. In class, they learned valuable lessons about grammar, sentence structure, and new vocabulary. They also practiced speaking with classmates and asked their teacher questions whenever they felt uncertain. To keep things fun, Alex made sure to have fun while learning English. They played word games, sang songs, watched funny English movies, and chatted with friends in English. When learning was enjoyable, Alex felt motivated to keep improving. In addition to all this, Alex made good use of technology. There were plenty of apps, online courses, and websites that helped with English practice. Technology made learning easier and more convenient, and Alex used it to improve their speaking, vocabulary, and pronunciation. One of the best ways Alex improved their English was by making English-speaking friends. They found people who spoke English fluently and spent time with them. By practicing with their friends, Alex learned more about the language and culture while having fun. Another great learning tool was watching the news in English. This not only helped Alex stay informed about world events, but also exposed them to new words and phrases, as well as different accents and ways of speaking. Alex also joined an English-speaking club, where they practiced conversation with others who were also learning. The club gave them the chance to meet new people, ask questions, and get tips from others. After some time, Alex decided to take a bold step and travel to an English-speaking country. While traveling, they had to speak English every day, ordering food, asking for directions, and communicating with locals. This immersive experience helped Alex practice their speaking skills in real-life situations. To make learning more engaging, Alex used flashcards. By writing down new words on one side and their meanings on the other, they could review them daily. Flashcards helped Alex remember words and improve pronunciation. Alex also started recording themselves speaking. By listening to their own recordings, they could hear mistakes and work on correcting them. Friends and teachers listened too, giving helpful feedback. Another fun way Alex learned was by mimicking native speakers. By copying their pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation, Alex felt more confident and started sounding more natural when speaking English. Alex also found that reading aloud was a great practice. They read books, articles, and even scripts out loud. This helped improve their speaking, pronunciation, and rhythm. Sometimes, Alex practiced with a partner. They would take turns speaking, asking questions, and answering them. It was helpful to have someone else to correct mistakes and support each other in learning. Using a mirror was another useful trick. Alex would speak in front of the mirror, watching their mouth movements and practicing facial expressions. This helped them refine their speaking skills. Alex also joined online forums to practice writing in English. By participating in discussions, reading others' posts, and commenting, they improved their writing and vocabulary. To feel more prepared, Alex started writing scripts for conversations. They would plan what to say and practice saying it out loud. This built their confidence for real-life conversations. One thing that helped Alex a lot was learning about different cultures. They discovered that language isn't just about words, it's also about understanding customs, greetings, and social norms. This helped Alex feel more comfortable speaking in different situations. To stay motivated, Alex set small goals. Whether it was learning 5 new words a day or practicing for 10 minutes each morning, setting goals kept them on track and focused. And when they reached those goals, they rewarded themselves with a treat, which made learning feel even more enjoyable. Alex learned that patience is key. Learning English took time, and there were days when progress seemed slow. But by staying patient and persistent, they saw improvement over time. Using English in their daily life was another great strategy. Alex began thinking, writing, and even talking to their pets in English. By incorporating the language into everyday activities, they got better at using it naturally. In addition, Alex found a language exchange partner. By practicing with someone who was learning Alex's native language, they helped each other improve and shared tips for language learning. Alex also joined online language learning communities where people could ask questions, share resources, and support each other on their language learning journey. To practice speaking with native speakers, Alex used language exchange apps, where they could chat, voice call, and even video call with people from different countries. One of the most helpful skills Alex worked on was pronunciation. They practiced speaking slowly, listening carefully to native speakers, and mimicking their pronunciation to make their speech clearer and more natural. Alex also learned some common phrases and expressions used by native speakers. This made their speech sound more fluent and natural in everyday conversations. They made sure to immerse themselves in English media, watching movies, listening to podcasts, and reading articles. Surrounding themselves with English language media helped Alex understand different accents and improve their overall speaking and listening skills. Alex kept a journal to track their progress. Every time they improved, whether it was speaking more fluently or learning new vocabulary, they celebrated their success. This helped them stay motivated and focused on their goal. Lastly, Alex attended English speaking events and workshops. These provided opportunities to practice speaking with others and receive feedback from fluent speakers. Throughout this journey, Alex realized that the key to improving English speaking was practice and staying consistent. By speaking in different situations, receiving feedback, and focusing on fluency over accuracy, Alex became more confident and fluent in English. And so, with dedication and perseverance, Alex mastered English one step at a time, becoming fluent and enjoying every moment of the learning process.